8-1. They got their first L of the year. And the Colts with Jeff Saturday got his only W of the year. All right. So we want to know, will Jeff Saturday did he watch Monday Night Football? Is he going to copy what the Commanders did and try to run that ball? Because they do have a top 2 running back over there. People say Jonathan Taylor. All right. So Tom, you're gonna kick us off. All right. Can Jeff Saturday pull this upset on the Eagles?
If he listening to us, yeah, just run. I ain't gonna say run the ball 49 times, but it's gonna be tough though. Right before they signed those 2 defensive tackles, before they went and got Sue and Joseph, I definitely would have been like, yeah, just run the ball. But the game plan may change a little bit. They can still try to run it because Linville Joseph and Sue, I don't know when the last time they actually played football or if they're in football shape.
Mm-hmm.
So you might can still get away with maybe like 39 carries. Matt Ryan's back. Jeff Saturday looked like he has the team actually playing as a team now. No disrespect to Frank and what he had going on, but the offense, it just looked like the offense came together. It would take an old offensive lineman to bring back the offensive side of the ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I hate to say it. I wanted to say the Colts was gonna win this by a landslide because they could just run the ball, but those 2 pieces alone, it's gonna be a tough one. I'll still say the Colts win by 3.
All right. Colts win by 3. Oh snap. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I do think the Colts can run the ball, but I do think the Colts will take a L only because I think they will turn the ball over. And I do think they're better off with Matt Ryan though, especially with Jeff Saturday being their coach. You put a veteran quarterback out there. He's like another coach on the field. He's a veteran. You know what to do instead of playing that second year player out there. But Jonathan Taylor last week he had 147 yards, 22 carries.
Yep.
You know, it was a good game, and you know that was his first game back. Like he had actually missed a game. So I still have the Eagles winning this game though. I think they're frustrated. You know, they're going to come out and bounce back, and they're going to get a good win. It's not going to be a close game. I'm not going to say they're going to blow them out, but it'll be somewhat like that Texas game where we knew the result was going to be once the second half started, but the Texans lingered around a little bit. I think it's going to be a game like that.
All right. Well, first of all, before I start, can y'all still hear it?
No,
Yeah,
you good
no, you
now.
good. You good.
All right, because I lifted it off the table, and I think that might have been it. But so I agree that they'll try to duplicate it. Now, will they be able to execute it is a different story, only because of those 2 unknown pieces. They're not unknown players, but they're unknown on how they're going to do in this defense since they're their first week there. I feel like the Dominican Sue will be a bigger addition than Linval Joseph just because we already know how athletic and how big the Dominican Sue is, and he's really a terror. But the Colts will be committed to the run. They were committed to the run, and then in spurts it would change. I think Jeff Saturday being an O lineman, they say O linemen love the run block because it allows you to lean on the defense, tire them out. That's what I'm feeling like. That's going to be the philosophy for Sunday. I do think the Eagles will win, however, because I don't know how long the Colts will be able to sustain running the ball, and when you do need to pass the ball, what will Matt do? We don't know against the secondary, so. I think they'll try to duplicate it, but I don't know if they'll have as much success because, unlike, and I gotta say it, Heineke is a scarier option than Matt Ryan is at this current moment because, as y'all noted, Heineke will give his big play receivers chances. Matt Ryan, on the other hand, will give defenses chances by fumbling the football and throwing picks. So,
True. Dang.
so I don't know if they'll be able to hold that success. And since we're on the topic of the Colts and we're talking about L's, I completely took an L with the Colts, had them winning the division, and yeah, that ain't really working out for your boys. So that's another L. I did agree with Joe about Vrabel being a really good coach, but I just didn't think that this team was that bad. I thought on paper this team was actually way better than what they're producing. So,
Hey, Carl, real quick before you end your soliloquy, right? Just bring out the idea what you said. You know, to me.
oh,
On the
okay. My
side.
conspiracy
Yeah.
theory. All right, so my conspiracy theory is this, right? And y'all hear me out. Andrew Luck retired 2019. Frank Wright hired 2018. Did Frank Wright make Andrew Luck retire? Was he so tired of Frank Wright bull that he retired? That's
Wow,
the question. He can't keep a quarterback for more than a year, so
that's true.
what he doing?
Yikes. That's a good question right there, man.
Kevin
Cause
don't
Yeah,
feel bad, but it's the fact.
yeah.
man,
Sorry,
Matt,
you know, Frank Wright lovers. You know,
yeah,
hey, I guess that's a topic we gotta discuss. In the future. I guess, right?
I mean, look at how he retired too. I think he went and had some of a preseason game. Was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm done with this.
He definitely did what my man did from the Bills, Vontae.
Done with this, bro.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Did Matt Ryan do that, or did Matt Ryan get hurt?
Nah, man, Ryan got hurt.
Okay, okay.
Calvin
But,
Ridley was more so the guy that was like, if you could question it, was like gave up,
hmm, that's
All
and then
funny.
they
right.
gave up the gamble, which I don't. That's crazy. I don't think he did that.
Nah,
So
I
look,
think.
this right here was I want to throw out there. This is Tomo's topic. All right, Tomo actually threw this idea out there, right? And the Eagles lost, man, and they got exposed, but they buffed up their line. Had those two signings with Joseph and Sue. But the question is this: are the Eagles' wings had the Eagles' wings been clipped? And that's what Tomo brought to my attention, right? I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. I still think they are the best team in the NFC right now until proven otherwise. All right, and I think that we just Commanders had a good game plan. They executed. Now the Eagles, that game just shows you that everybody like with that undefeated record, nobody is unbeatable in the field. Like everybody can be beaten, and that's why I know even I believe that was a good loss for them because you go into the playoffs with a high and not without a loss. I had a feeling when they get to the playoffs, they're gonna get bounced in the first round, like the second round, like in the division round when they play, they'll get bounced, and that still might happen if they win out. So, but I don't think now if we're saying Wings clip as a Super Bowl team, I don't think the Eagles are making it to the Super Bowl. I do think they will fall short of that task. So I guess you could say their wings will be clipped then, but now I would say no.
Okay, so where I came from with that question is I'm thinking about because I'm comparing this Eagles team to the Dallas team of last year, where they had the super high, and then when they played all the what was it? I think it was the Broncos. They gave them their first
Oh
loss,
yeah, oh my
and
gosh,
that was and everyone was like, "Well, we kind of figured the Cowboys out. If you do this, then you can beat them." And every team out there that followed the formula.
true,
It was like one game before the Broncos lost that kind of gave you that inkling, like, "Oh, it's a little shaky foundation." The Texans gave us that shaky foundation to be like, can the Eagles really stop the run? Then most people would be like, well, Jordan Davis wasn't there. Is it? Yeah, Jordan Davis was.
yeah,
Hold on, Davis Jordan, whatever his name is. I don't
yeah,
know him. I don't
he
like the
went there.
kid. He wasn't there, so they started running on him. The next thing you know, they want to sign Linville Joseph and Dominic Sue. Again,
Right.
like I said, them that we don't know the football shape that they in. We seen
Hmm.
Sue play last year. I don't know when the last time Linville Joseph actually played.
I want to say he was on the Chargers last year. I'm not sure though.
May have been. But the formula's out there. If you just play the same, if you play that similar formulas of what the Commanders did and kind of what every team has done to them in that second half after they got up on them, if you continue to stick with the run and just make plays, the Eagles will beat themselves. Like they survive off of turnovers, similar to that Dallas team of last year. Like if you can get them to fumble the ball and you don't mess up, you can beat them.
True. I agree with you on that one. I agree.
I don't think the Eagles' wings are clipped. I do think the Commanders played a good game, but I also think that game was more so made me believe in manifest destiny. If y'all remember what that is, because I ain't gonna lie, it was a lot of things that happened in that Eagles game where I was like, we don't
Yeah,
normally see this. The fumbles were kind of crazy. The last play of the game, which I don't care what nobody says, I don't care that is late in the game. That's the correct call. You have to make that call. That is a roughing the quarterback. He gave himself up within like 5 yards before Brandon Graham hit him. You got to throw that flag. Which they were going to get the ball back with a chance to win the game with like a minute and some change left. That essentially lost in the game. The missed face mask call with the ref right there is crazy.
yeah, that
There's
was
another
insane.
penalty I don't remember at the top of my head right now that was missed, but
The
I want
intentional grounding.
no,
That was that
not
went to the ground.
no, it was
Okay.
another one. It was another one I can't remember. That was
Each
after.
one of the each one of the PR they didn't call on us, and the PR that they did call on us. It's one of those penalties.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
If I figured you were gonna bring that up, even though it do look like my Dawson dropped the shoulder, but I don't know. It was a good game mixed with a lot of which you need when you're quote unquote the superior team and you're going against an quote unquote inferior team. Because I don't really. I'm just trying to paint a picture. You need to have a good game plan mixed with a little luck to win the game, and that's what I feel happened. Now, as the Eagles go forward with these signings that they're trying to fix with the whole Jordan Davis thing, they have a good secondary. They just against the Commanders, they get burnt up. I mean, it is what it is. It happened twice in the season. It hasn't really happened to them in no other game. So they'll be all right there. The receivers, I don't know if y'all seen the video I sent, but they were doing the quiz walk-ins drill. So they trying
Yeah,
to getting up and fumbling
that
now.
was.
Dang.
So they gonna fix that. AJ Brown was put in jail, so I don't really see that happening too much. So I think they have to be all right. It's just a bad game, and the most important thing was it was a divisional game. Anything can happen in a divisional game. So I think the Eagles will be fine.
Hey, I'm sorry. I got to say one thing before we move forward. All right. So look, I don't think luck happened in that game because we were up by two when they got the face mask, right? And we kicked a field goal after that turnover. They
Mm-hmm.
never got in the red zone after that,
He
so they didn't
fumbled.
even have it. Huh?
Cause that fluke fumble.
How's that a fluke fumble
No,
when
no, I
you
need, I
when
need
he punched the ball out? That's not
no,
fluke. A fluke is
like,
he losing the ball himself. That's
he
a
made a
play.
right tackle when the ball just came out. It's just like Oway when he made that fumble against the Chiefs, and I called it fluke. That's the same thing to me, bruh.
It's a good play though by the
I,
defense. That's how
I
the
would
defense
say.
caused that fumble. That's not
I would
fluke.
say the first interception on AJ Brown was more of a fluke than that fumble was, because
Yeah, I was.
it was like it kind of like fell
It
in
was
You
in
about
his
his.
the
hand
deep
that came
post?
out.
Yeah,
You about that post when he playing middle third and he just did what he supposed to do? I don't think that was a fluke. No, he did his job.
that's what I'm saying. Though I would
And
say
Juice did
that
his
is
job too.
more.
No, Joe, I think he just made a tackle and the ball just came out because I don't think
No,
Brown.
you watch the play. He punched the ball out as he tackled him. He punched the ball out.
I gotta rewatch the play.
And,
I don't see him making a punch in motion.
and on top of that, they haven't gotten to the red zone ever. Even after that fumble, they had a chance. They went 3-0. All
No,
right,
that's
so my whole thing is, and then with the penalty, how do we know the Eagles going to come down and score? They haven't
no,
been to the red zone since that face mask.
no, that's what I'm saying. But they did. They took away their only shot to try to win the game. They did that.
So it was the right call. And then I know we get on ground for that, but the number who was the other dude that hit him?
Oh, Ken,
He fell and got up and touched him again. Like the flag should have been on him for real.
I thought that's who the flag was on, but then old
Yeah,
man came over there. Let me not start, man. Let's go to the next
yeah,
one.
doing that's my eyes go. It's old man clutch. All right.
You tripped on it, man.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.